2 years after deadly protests in Kenya, history threatens to repeat itself. About 60 people died for rejecting a tax bill, most of them young, killed in the streets during protests that forced the president to back down. That was 2024. Now it is 2026 and Kenya is doing it again. When thousands of Kenyans poured into the streets 2 years ago, the world watched a rare sight: an African government forced to withdraw legislation by sheer public pressure. The hashtag Reject Finance Bill 2024 became a rallying cry. The death toll became a national trauma. In what seemed like a victory for the people, President William Ruto withdrew the finance bill, but the underlying crisis never went away. The 2024 finance bill wasn't just about numbers, it was about survival. A tax on bread, food that feeds families when nothing else is affordable. A tax on motor vehicles in a country where public transport is already overcrowded and unreliable. And the one that stung most, a 16% value-added tax on M-Pesa mobile money transfers. In Kenya, M-Pesa isn't a convenience, it is how people send money to relatives, pay rent, buy food, access their wages. The youth-led movement that followed wasn't just anger, it was organized, digital, and relentless. Gen Z protesters used social media to coordinate, educate, and mobilize faster than the government could respond. The government now insists that the 2026 version is different, and technically, it is. No bread tax, no controversial motor vehicle levy, and the most inflammatory proposals from 2024 are absent. But Kenyans aren't buying the reassurances, because while the specific taxes have changed, the fundamental pressure has not. The new bill targets digital transactions, rental income, smartphones, and electronic payment systems. In a country where a smartphone is the gateway to economic participation, this is considered another squeeze on the people already pressed to the edge. The difference this time, people are watching. If there is one thing 2024 changed, it is the public awareness. 2 years ago, most Kenyans viewed finance bill as dense technical documents meant for economists and politicians. Today, ordinary citizens are debating tax implications online and fact-checking government claims in real time. The conversation has been democratized, and the memory of 2024 protests, the tear gas, the gunfire, the funerals, still hangs over every political decision. No politician wants to be responsible for another 2024, but no government can function without revenue. This tension defines Kenya's current movement. The Finance Bill 2026 is currently under review, and young Kenyans, many of whom lost friends 2 years ago, are watching every word. What happens next? 3 possibilities are looming. The government may read the rule, make substantial concession, and pass a significantly watered-down bill. The government pushes ahead with most proposals, protests return, and the cycle repeats. Or a genuine compromise emerges, a one that raises revenue without targeting the most vulnerable, perhaps by closing tax loopholes for the wealthy or rethinking spending priorities. Kenya's finance bill drama is ultimately about a question facing governments across Africa. When your citizens are poor and your country is broke, who pays? Do you tax the struggling majority trying to survive? Or do you find another way even if it is politically harder and economically complex? In 2024, Kenyans gave their answer in the streets at the cost of 60 lives. In 2026, the question is being asked again.